Global economics. Exchange rate. Learning objectives. By studying this module, learners are able to distinguish the difference between fixed exchange rate and float exchange rate. Learners are able to find the quote for currency and exchange rate to US dollar. Learners are able to determine the trend for the future exchange rate. Let's review our United States monetary system. Before 1933, our monetary system is called gold coin standard, which means your $1 bill can go to the bank and to get $1 gold coin. This gold coin is a solid gold. After 1933, between 1934 and 1971, US dollar is called gold bullion standard. Your $1 bill cannot go to the bank and change a solid gold coin, but the same $1 bill is backed by same amount of the gold. After 1971, our money is called paper money standard, which means our money no longer backed by the gold. If you look the exchange rate history, it is very similar like United States monetary system, how it changed. Between 1879 to 1934, all currency for different countries were linked to gold, which is they are based on same amount of gold. For example, if $1 equal 1/35 ounce of gold and 4 German mark equal the same amount, 1/35 ounce of gold, then the exchange rate between the dollar and the mark would have this equal. So $1 will equal to 4 marks, or 1 mark will equal to a quarter of dollar. In 1944, at Bretton Woods Conference, it formed International Monetary Fund. The basic is to regulate and stable international exchange rate. Most of the countries were pegged to US dollar at 1 ounce for $35. After 1971, US dollar banned the gold bullion standard, so US dollar no longer hold the value for 1 ounce equal to $35, and it start this floating exchange rate. Everything depends on demand and supply for different currency. After 1985, the global peg system eventually abandoned. We are in the floating exchange rate today. Let me take you to exchangerate.com. It shows most currency are traded in the open market. First is the currency name. Second is the ISO symbol. Third is today's price. Fourth is yesterday's price. Then you have the difference between yesterday and today's price, which is the changes. All prices are quoted to $1 US. per US dollar. In this chart, it shows price of £1. It means the local currency will be British pound and the foreign currency will be American dollar. The equilibrium here is 2 US dollar equal to £1. The price in exchange rate will be $2 equal to £1. If the dollar price goes up from 1 British pound to $2 to 1 British pound to $3, that means US dollar depreciate and British pound appreciate, vice versa. Who are the players in this market? The supplier will be British importer and American exporter. They are selling the British pound. Who are the demand in this market? It will be American importer and British exporter. They would buy the British pound. What makes the exchange rate fluctuate? Under current floating exchange rate system, the price of exchange rate depends on the supply and demand for the currency. These are the factors that can change the supply and demand. Change in tax, relative income, relative price level, relative interest rate, relative expected return on assets, speculation. These are the items that can fluctuate the exchange rate. If in the United States Federal Reserve practices low interest rate policy for a long period of time and there is no sign of lift the interest rate. In London, British government lift up the interest rate and also issue high yield government bond. In America, most American investors will buy the high yield instead of buy the low yield US government bond. In this case, British will export British government bond and American will import British government bond. So demand for British pound will increase, which will show you in this graph. Demand will from D1 shift to D2. The equilibrium will from 2 US dollar to 1 pound to 3 US dollar to 1 pound. These are the questions I ask my students. What is the standard unit for fixed exchange rate? What kind of system are we using today for exchange rate? Where you may find the quote for today's exchange rate. How can you determine the future trend of exchange rate? If we have prolonged of low interest rate policy and foreign country lift the interest rate, what will happen to US dollar? Here is the answer for you.